Scrum, Agile. You hear these words thrown around all the time, right? Especially in the tech world. They sound kind of similar, and honestly, a lot of people use them like they're the same thing. But here's the thing, they're not. Not at all. And getting the difference is actually the key to understanding how pretty much everything is built today. So let's unpack these buzzwords.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Same thing or different? It's a great question, and trust me, the confusion is totally normal. To really clear it up, we have to actually go back in time. Back to when making software was, well, kind of slow, super risky, and just really rigid. Let's take a look at the old way of doing things first.
So, long before anyone was talking about Agile or Scrum, there was the Waterfall model. And for decades, this was it. This was the way you built software. You can think of it like a really strict assembly line for code.
What's wild is that the entire product was built as one single gigantic piece, what they called a monolithic application. Imagine trying to build a car, but you couldn't test the engine until the entire car, right down to the last floor mat, was completely finished. You can probably guess, this all-or-nothing approach created some massive problems.
You know, there's a reason they called it the waterfall model. Just like a real waterfall, the whole process only flowed in one direction, down. You had to finish an entire phase, like gathering every single possible requirement, before you were allowed to even think about the next phase, like designing the system. There was absolutely no going back upstream.
And yeah, this rigid way of doing things, it was a recipe for headaches. The whole process was painfully slow and incredibly risky. I mean, what if a customer changed their mind halfway through a project that was going to take a year? Well, too bad. Any change was a nightmare. And even worse, because the whole thing was one giant block of code, a single bug could bring the entire system crashing down. Oh, and remember those emails about scheduled downtime for maintenance? That's a total relic of this era, having to take everything offline just to push one tiny update.
So people knew there had to be a better way. And what came next wasn't just another process. No, it was a totally revolutionary new philosophy, a complete shift in how people thought about building things, and it was designed to fix all the problems of that waterfall era.
And this slide just lays out the change so perfectly. The old waterfall way was obsessed with rigid processes, mountains of documentation, and sticking to the original plan no matter what. Agile comes along and just flips the script. It says, you know what? We value people and how they work together more than processes. We value having a product that actually works more than having perfect documentation. We value collaboration with our customers more than fighting over contracts. And maybe most important of all, we value responding to change more than blindly following a plan.
Okay, so having this new philosophy is awesome, right? It's a great start. But a philosophy is just an idea. People needed a real, concrete way to actually apply these values to their work every single day.
So if there's one thing you remember, let it be this. Agile is the big idea. It's the mindset. It's the set of values. It's the why behind this whole new way of working.
And Scrum? Well, Scrum is the framework. It's a specific set of rules and roles and meetings. It's the how. It's one of the most popular ways a team can actually put that Agile philosophy into practice. I love this quote because it just nails the relationship. Think of Agile as this big umbrella. And underneath that umbrella, you've got a bunch of different frameworks that all share those same core Agile values. And Scrum is one of the biggest and most popular frameworks under that umbrella.
And just so you know, while Scrum is definitely the most famous one, it's not the only kid on the block. You'll hear about other frameworks too, like Kanban, Lean, or Crystal. They're all just different flavors, different ways of putting that Agile philosophy into practice.
Okay, so we've established that Scrum is a framework for doing Agile. But what does that actually look like? What are teams actually doing day to day? Let's take a quick peek inside.
So the beating heart of Scrum is this concept called the sprint. Forget about those year-long projects from the waterfall days. A sprint is a short, super focused burst of work, like a mini project, where the team has a crystal clear goal to get a certain amount of work done.
And when we say short, we're not kidding. A typical sprint is usually just 1 to 4 weeks long. Honestly, 2 weeks is probably the most common. The whole idea is to always be producing, always be iterating in these really short, manageable cycles.
Now, every Scrum team has 3 very specific roles. You've got the product owner, who's in charge of the vision for the product. Then there's the Scrum Master, who's kind of like a team leader or a coach, making sure the process runs smoothly. And then, of course, you have the team, the amazing developers and testers who are actually building the thing. And the whole process works like a non-stop engine, just a continuous loop. The product owner prioritizes a list of stuff to do. The team plans what they can realistically get done in the next sprint, then they go off and build it. And, this is the most important part, at the end of every single sprint, they deliver a real working piece of software. Then they all get together, review what happened, learn from it, and start the whole cycle over again.
So why did this whole thing completely transform the software industry? Why bother with all this? Well, the results are kind of staggering. This isn't just a nice theory. This stuff has a massive impact in the real world.
I mean, just take a look at Cisco. After they switched one of their platforms over to an Agile approach, they saw a 40% reduction in product defects. That's a massive jump in quality, all because they were getting constant feedback and iterating in those short cycles.
And what about the bottom line? What about the money? By getting way more efficient, Sony was able to save an estimated $30 million a year. Now that is the kind of number that makes executives pay attention.
But for me, this one is just wow. Companies that really live and breathe Agile principles, like Netflix, can push out over 1,000 changes to their live product every single day. Now just think about that for a second and compare it back to the old waterfall world of scheduled downtime. It's not even the same sport. It's a completely different universe of speed and flexibility.
And that really brings us full circle, back to the most important lesson of all. See, it's not enough to just go through the motions and follow the rules of a framework like Scrum. The final, most important question you should always be asking is this: is a team truly being agile? Are they really living the values of collaboration, flexibility, and customer focus? Or are they just doing Scrum? Because understanding that difference, well, that's the real key to unlocking the true power of this whole philosophy.